And now we're ready to eat. May I have the rolls, please? Thank you very much. Let me ask you a question. Do you respect your doctors? Respect your dentist? Respect your parents? You must also respect a waiter or waitress. They're the one who are serving your food. Even if you go to a fast food restaurant, be kind to the people behind the counter. You know why? That is the profession that they have chosen. So please and thank yous are very, very important. If your mom or your dad is handing you something, thank them for it. It's a nice, nice gesture. May we have the rolls, please? What we want to do is you actually want to pass it to the lady on the side of you. In turn, she will start passing it around the table. As we learned earlier, above your fork on the left-hand side is a bread plate. That is where your roll goes. It does not go on the charger plate. Now we're going to demonstrate on how we eat a roll properly. A roll never gets broken in half. The roll always goes long ways with your thumbs this way. Now, aren't you glad you washed your hands? And you break it directly in half, placing it back here on your bread and butter plate. If you're eating a flatbread, you'll break off a piece, and that's how you eat it. Do not eat the whole item at one time. Keeping the bread over top of the bread plate so the crumbs stay away from your dining area. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the butter dish. With your butter knife, you will just cut a pad and place it directly on your bread and butter plate. It's a good thing that when you do cut the pat of butter, that you always pass it to the lady. Now, the proper way to eat a roll is by taking the half, pulling off a bite size, taking a little bit of butter, putting it onto the bread, and eating it. Never reach across someone's space. If you need something, please ask whoever has it in front of them. That's what you want to do. I notice as I look around the table, when you return your butter knife back to the bread and butter plate, you want to make sure that your blade is always turned in and set at a 45-degree angle. Then it is ready for the next one. Now we're ready, I believe, for the soup. Sarah, would you please? Please allow me to demonstrate the proper way to eat soup. Please pick up your soup spoon, located all the way to the right like we learned earlier. By dipping the soup spoon closest to you and pulling further away. If you want to taste the temperature, just bring it up to your lips. If it's too hot, let it sit and cool. Try not to blow on it. Doesn't make for nice. Otherwise, enjoy your soup. As you can see, Sarah has removed our soup bowls, and we are ready for our salad now. Thank you very much. She actually has put it down too far away. Don't call the waitress back. Just move the plate towards you. It's okay, it's no harm done. Now that I have watched all of you eat, now I want you to watch your own selves. You will be absolutely shocked at what I've been watching, your friends will be watching, your dates, your brothers and your sisters. So please enjoy. And now we have finished the first two courses. We had a soup that was hot, a salad that was cold, and now the main course, which is hot. All our drinks have been served. It's really proper to wait till the host, which is myself today, to either invite you to enjoy the meal, or if I have picked up my utensils, that indicates you're ready to eat. So please enjoy your meal. Also, I want to be very clear that you never pick anything up with your fingers. We want to use utensils today. I'm going to demonstrate French service and American service. French service is keeping both utensils in the hand. By placing the fork inside your palm, closing it up, and turning upside down, keeping your forefinger on the top of the fork. We want to do the exact same thing with the knife. Center the palm, close it up, and keep your forefinger right on top of it. What this does is this gives you pressure, so nothing will actually slide around. Taking nice, sharp cuts. And taking a bite. Make sure that the bite is actually bite-sized. Do not cut all your food up at one time. If there's something difficult on the plate to eat, which for instance is peas, what you want to do is to turn your fork the other side around. Scoop it up, bring your knife onto the peas. Don't overload it. When cutting into your main course, you want to make sure that you always start at the left-hand side. For instance, we are serving a breast of chicken today, and there's skin on here. I particularly don't eat the skin, so what I'm going to do is to gently lift the skin up, leaving the breast of chicken intact, and just pulling it away. Spearing the chicken, and cutting one nice sweep. Make sure you never stab the food. What I mean by that is stabbing the food and cutting it. If you do American style, what you do is to start out as in French eating, take one cut, the knife at a 45-degree angle across the top of your plate with the blade in, switch hands, and eat. Now I know a lot of you have found a sauce on your plate. We don't want to lick it up. We don't want to do anything else except for return your knife and fork in an opposite 45-degree angle. Pick up your bread, pull a small portion off, put it on top of the sauce, dab it in the sauce, have soaked up those grape juices. Make sure that you wipe your mouth throughout the entire meal. Make sure when you're cutting your food that your elbows stay inside of your body, right next to your side as close as you can. It's not wise to take a sip of a beverage while you are chewing food. Make sure you swallow your food first before you take a sip of the beverage. That way you get all the proper flavors that are needed. Also, when you're eating French service or European service, make sure that you don't become a conductor. For instance, did you see how big that box was today? I mean, that box was huge that came, and it was all raffled up. Never conduct with your silverware. Keep your arms down. And when you're resting, You will take your knife at a 45-degree angle and your fork at a 45-degree angle. Make sure the tines are faced down. This indicates that you're just resting and you really haven't finished. If a waitress tries to take your plate, stop her. Don't let her do it. She should know that in this position, you have not finished your meal. When you're working with family style and you're passing the plate around with the main course or the condiments on a separate plate, what you want to do is to eye up the amount that's actually on those plates. So when the plate comes to you, you don't take more portions than what will feed everybody at the table. It's a tough call. When you have finished, place your knife at a 45-degree angle again. Directly in front, place your fork with the tines up. Never, ever push your plate away from you. It is rude. I know we have a tendency to kind of help the waiter or waitress by stacking the plates. It's not a good idea. These people are professionals. They know exactly what they're doing and exactly how to do it. So when you've finished and the waitress comes over, she will take care of it. Thank you very much. Whenever you rise from the table and the meal hasn't been completed, make sure that you put your napkin on your seat. Never put it on the dining table. The reason being is because there's residue that you have wiped from your mouth, and no one really wants to look at it. Now that Sarah has cleared the entree and everything else is on the table, she has brought out a white bowl with some warm water and lemon. This is not lemonade. Don't drink it. What it is finger bowls. So what you want to do is just to take your tips of your fingers, squish them around there a little bit. This will take any kind of residue off that we've had during the meal, whether it will be a roll or something from your napkin. All you do is just dry them on your napkin in front of your plate. We'll take the fork and bring it down on the left-hand side and the teaspoon down on the right-hand side. Now we're ready for dessert. Now our dessert has been served. I invite you to enjoy it. Just for your information, that if above the dinner plate where your dessert utensils are, if there were a spoon, that would probably indicate we would be serving ice cream. However, you see a fork, so this is cake. Would you like to try some of mine? It's okay to ask someone to have a taste of their dessert. And the way you do it is to take a clean plate and a clean utensil. Just cutting a portion off and handing it to the person. Then they're able to try it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tastes pretty good, huh? Good. Enjoy. So, is everyone enjoying their dessert?
Sure.
Good, good. Did you see that? Let's roll the tape back. Should you find a bug, alive or deceased, remove it. Don't make a big issue out of it, because all it's going to do is ruin everybody's meal. That concludes dinner. The last thing that you do is you pull the napkin off of your lap. You fold it in no particular fold. Place it on the table. You have finished your meal. All we do now is we rise from the table. Pushing your chairs back under your table,